The next topic is active versus inactive relationship. Okay, and as part of this topic, we will explore how we can activate an inactive relationship also. Okay, using DAX function, how we can do it. Okay, and first of all, we will understand what is active and inactive relationship. So you can write the active relation propagates filters to other tables. Look here, and product table and sales fact table as an active relationship, and dim location and this one as the active relationship. Okay, and okay, for this to demonstrate this, I need to create another column. Just bear with me. I just create it quickly. I'm going to create the date table. Look here, I just click on the new table. So look here, I'm in the data view, not in the model view. I'm the data view, the middle one. I just selected it, and in the home ribbon, just beneath the home ribbon, you will find something like a new table. I'm going to create a table. Okay, static table. I just click on it. Here what I do is I create a table by the name of dim date. So dimension, we are going to create a separate table to hold the date related information. So for that, I'm going to use a DAX function called calendar. Here what I do, the first argument, so as part of the calendar function, you need to specify two values, the start date and end date. Okay, so if you specify the start date as 1st January 2022 and end date as 31st December 2022, what will happen is it will create the dates sequentially from starting from January 1st to December 31st, right? And it will store the values into a date table. It's some kind of a calendar table, okay? So what I do is here, min of my sales fact tables order date. Start date is the minimum order date. So which means, when did we receive the first order? Max of order date. I'm going to select this one. When I press enter, what will happen is it will generate this is a okay. Order date is a text. Oh my God. Okay, so I just go and do the data transformation. I just convert as a date data type. Okay, so now we can see the order date is our text data type. That is the problem here. And what I do is I just scroll down. I just go back here using locale. See, now the order date got assigned the text data type, mistakenly be Power BI desktop. What we need to do is we need to go and change the data type to date, and then the format is United States. Why United States? Because the data stored in this column in this format, because month, date, year format. Month, date, year format is followed by the US people. Okay, and close and apply. Now order date is become a date data type. I click on this one. Since this is not a date data type, the calendar function was not able to generate the dates sequentially starting from the minimum order date to maximum order date. So what I do is I just go down the dim date. Now look here, so it is working fine. No, there is no error. And the next one is new column. I'm going to create some columns. For example, I'm going to create year column. Year is equivalent to, see in this table, look here in the dim date table, the date column got generated automatically, right? So this date column, I'm going to pass it as an argument to a function called year. You have a function called year, and this is also DAX function. And if you specify dim date, date column, the first column. Okay. So what this year function does is it will extract only the date from your date column. Fine. So this one has thing. Okay. And the next, similarly, you can create a new column in this table. You can use month function to extract only month from this one. Okay. Month is equivalent to you have a month function. Okay, this is enough. Okay, I just go back here, and here I have ship date. Very good. So I have a dim date. So look here, this is a dimension date table, right? This is the one I created it inside this Power BI desktop itself. Now what I do is I link these two tables. Date column, I selected it in this table, and then I just drag and drop it on top of the order date in this table. And to check whether the relationship got created correctly with the appropriate columns, you just keep the cursor on top of it. Look here, date column in the dim date table and sales spec table order date, these two columns got edited. This is what I want to do it. But one more thing is this is the tip you need to remember it. So make sure that when you select the date, right, so you will have something called in the data view itself, something called properties. You just click on it, it will get expanded. And if you scroll down here, you check the format here, datetime format. Right? Better you can change it to long date. So whatever the date format here, right, the same format should be here. For example, if I click on order date, if I scroll down here, yeah, long date. See here, long date is there, general date is there. So make both the date columns, date time format, the common thing. Okay. Can be anything, but it should be common. The format should be common. Now I'm done with this. Now I created the relationship, this table and this table. So now the situation is, now we will, get back to the main topic. What is active and inactive relationship? Active relationship propagates filters to other tables. So, all these three tables have an active relationship with my fact table. You can create only one active relationship between the tables. You cannot have more than one relationship with the table. Okay. So for example, so in this table, using the date column, I want to filter the order date column in this sales fact table. Okay, if I want to use the date table, if I want to create another relationship, date and ship date, order date and ship date, two columns are there in this table, but I have only one column, date column. So using this date dimension column, tables date column, if I want to filter the order date as well as the ship date, I need to create two different relationships. The real world, the real time scenario. So you may have to create more. So you will have to create more than one relationship between the tables. Yeah, now we have created more than one relationship. But if you see this one, the second one, right? It became a dashed one. This relation, this link, it's a dashed link, right? You can see the link got created with a dashed thing. It's not a solid line. Okay. So in this case, what happens here is, like I said, between the tables, you can create only one active relationship. The solid line represents the active relationship. The dotted line represents inactive relationship. Okay, what is the big deal? Okay, you can, right? So at a time, you can filter, for example, in this case, the date column can filter on the order date. It will not filter the ship date because it's an inactive relationship. So whatever the relationship that you created first time, that will be considered as an active relationship. Followed by that, if you create multiple relationship between the tables, right? All those relationships, the rest of the relationship will be considered as a inactive relationship. Okay. One second. The thing is, the active relationship only propagate the filters to other tables. The inactive relationship, right? So it will not propagate the filters, filters to the other tables. So it requires a special treatment. So this is the active relationship. This is the inactive relationship. Inactive relationship needs some special treatment. Okay. So the inactive relationship doesn't pass filtering. It doesn't do anything by itself. Okay, hence the inactive relationship needs a special treatment to work. Okay, for example, I will give you the context. So far, right, you might have some vague idea what the hell this active and inactive, right? So why we need to create more than one relationship between these two tables? To answer to this one, for example, I wanted to know the sales by order date, and my other manager is asking me the sales by shipped date. So now it will be confusing. Sales by order date, sales by shipped date. What is the difference between these two? Let's say you are ordering the product in Amazon, right? So you're ordering the product in Amazon, and but you are ordering it in the cash on delivery. Okay, and let's say no other person. Let's say I order a product in Amazon, but I swipe my card instantly. I'll make the payment the moment when I raise the order. So in that case, the money for that order has been recognized instantly if you use the card. But when you use cash on delivery, only the day when they ship the product to your house, the money will get recognized, right? So the day when you receive the product, that day only you will make the payment, right? So hence, the manager wants to know, how, right? So how much, say, how much money we received the day when the customer raised the order, and how much money we received when the customer made the payment the day when they received the product. So science, to know this, we need to filter this to answer to these two questions, right? We need to create two relationship between these tables. The date should filter order date, and the same date, in this date column should filter my ship date column. See, the dim date is a common table. Okay, I'll explain you why we need a date table little later or in the next session. Okay. So hence we create two relationship here, right? The inactive relationship doesn't pass it will not propagate the filter just by itself. It requires some special treatment. Okay, so what I do is I'll just show you with simple examples so that you should be able to understand. Because we have created the relationship between the dim dates date column, the date column with the sales fact order date, right? So what I do is just simply drag and drop the sales amount from here, and then I just drag and drop, or let me, instead of doing this one, right, I do quarter wise sales. Okay, so now I can see the first column is sales amount, second column is a quarter. Look here, what is the corresponding field here? On the right side, you can see it here. If you want to change the column order, look here on the right side. Look here, I'm talking about this one. You need to change the order of it. So just drag and drop just above the sales amount. Okay, now the quarter got shifted from here to here, right? So now the column order got changed. This is how you can change the column order. In Excel, you can just drag and drop it. Here you cannot do it. Okay, so you need to change the column order this way only by shifting the column here. Okay, up or down, moving the column up or down, you can do it. So this is the one shows as the sales amount by order date in terms of quarters. Okay, order date by quarters. Fine. But I need another report wherein I wanted to see the sales amount by ship date. So in that case, since there is no active relationship exists between the ship date and date, right? So it requires some kind of special treatment. So in that case, what we do is we will use some DAX function. Okay. So anyhow, for you to understand this one, if I show the demo now itself with the DAX, you should be able to understand. Anyhow, the cross filter, you can learn it later also. Okay, because it involves about domain thing, right? What exactly sales breakdown by order date and sales breakdown by ship date. To understand that, you need to have some context. For that purpose only so for example, I just go to the modeling and I am going to click on the measure. Don't worry, you will see the measure creation later point in time in detail. So here what I do is I'm going to use calculate sum of sales amount. Don't worry about all these things. Okay, and just understand the big picture at this moment. Don't use, so comma, use relationship. There is a DAX function called use relationship. Both calculate and use relationship or calculate or DAX function. But you cannot use the use relationship DAX function, in a standalone way. Okay, so you need to call this DAX function via this DAX function only. Okay, now what we do is, what is the relationship here? The dim date and the sales fact tables shipped date. Okay, here I did this and just let me just add this to. When you keep the hover the cursor here, right? So for example, when you create use relationship, when you specify the syntax, you can see it column 1, column 2. Which two columns that you want to enable the active relationship temporarily. Dim date and ship date in the sales fact table, right? These two columns should get created with active relationship temporarily. So actually, currently, there is a inactive relationship exists between these two columns. Using use relationship function, we can convert this inactive into active relationship dynamically. That too till the duration of this computation, right? This one will get enabled active temporarily, and then it will become inactive. Once the computation is done, this total sales amount, right, it will become inactive. Fine. I just press enter and see if I get any error. I did not get any. Okay. I did not get any error. Okay. So good. So look here in this table. What I do is I just instead of sales amount, what I do is sales by ship date. Okay, I just go and check the ship date also, whether the ship date is a date data type. Okay, we need to check it. My God, even this one is not date data type. Now we understood how to troubleshoot. See, in my case, though I created the measure everything with the proper syntax and proper thing, it is not doing the filtering. The reason is the sales, the shipped date column is not in the date data type. In real time, you will pose these kind of issues. That's the reason why first you do the data transformation correctly. Okay, the ship date. So what I do is I just do the same thing here. The USA, the date format is in USA. Okay, hence I just go and change it to United States. Click on OK. Okay, the ship date column got converted date data type. I just simply go ahead and close and apply it. And once again, I just check here the format of these two things. Okay, this is a long date, and I just click on the sales date and expand the properties. If I scroll down, yes, this is also in this thing, and I just go back here. Look here, it got filtered correctly. There is some blank value here, hence it is showing blank and 350. Forget about this one. and quarter one, quarter two, quarter three. So quarter one, 4,22,000 and 12,408. Look here, quarter three, 5,792. It is not exactly same. As I told you, the same day if you make the payment, which means the moment when you raise an order, if you make the payment then and there, that is your sales amount by order date. It is not same as, the values are not same as the sales amount, right, which you receive it the day when you ship it, right? So that's in quarter three, 5,792. Okay, and see in quarter one, the same day we received this one, and the quarter one also, right? There are no cash on delivery, the orders. So hence it displays the same value here. And if you see here, the quarter three, 5,792, in quarter four, 14,680, here 14,693. So total is same, but the values are different. Okay, so now you understood what is active and inactive relationship as part of this demo. And as part of this demo, I explained you we can create active relationship between the table one at a time. If you want to create more than one relationship, the first relationship, whatever you created, that one will be considered as active relationship. Rest of the relationship are considered as an inactive relationship. But the downside of the inactive relationship is it doesn't propagate the filter from your date table to sales fact in this case. Okay, but this is a common thing. Okay, you with the inactive relationship, the filtering will not get passed to the other tables. Only in the when the filter is passed, right? So you can do filtering. Otherwise, you cannot do it. So what is the way out? Okay, but in real life scenario, I want to create more than one relationship. Okay, but except the first relationship, whatever the relationship that I created later, that are all considered as a inactive relationship. We can identify the inactive relationship with dotted line. Okay, the active relationship is in the solid line. Fine, but I need to filter. I want to filter using my dim date column with my sales fact ship date. Okay, basically I want to see the sales breakdown by ship date. So in that case, I have used the DAX function to enable this inactive relationship active temporarily till that computation is done. Got it? And then once the computation done, what was the computation? Sales amount, sum of sales amount. Once that computation has been done, that temporarily enable the inactive to active will become inactive again. Okay, to conclude, right, so only one active relation between tables are allowed at a time. With DAX function, an inactive, we can enable the inactive relationship to pass the filter to other tables. And we'll see the role-playing dimension in the later session. Any questions so far? We have something else called, another option is role-playing dimension to handle this kind of thing. Any of that one, we will discuss it in the next session because it will be overkill if I talk too much now. Okay, you will get scared and